Morning all of you, this is Rachna Saxena from Faculty of Education, Tirthankar Mahavir University, Muradabad. In my last lecture, I have provided the description of NCERT with the origin of itself. Now, in the present lecture, I will describe the origin and the need of UGC and how it is working. So let us go for it. University Grant Commission (UGC) of India is a crucial institution in the country's higher education system, playing a significant role in shaping and regulating higher education since its inception. The origin of UGC can be tracked back to the early post-independence period, reflecting the evolving needs of the newly independent nation, seeking to establish a robust higher education system that could contribute to its social, economic, and political development. The very first thing is historical context, pre-independence higher education. What was the situation of higher education in pre-independence period? Here it is. India's higher education system has roots that go back centuries with institutions like Nalanda and Takshila serving as center of learning in ancient time. However, the modern higher education system in India largely developed during the British colonial period. The establishment of universities in Calcutta, Bombay, now Mumbai, and Madras, now Chennai, in 1857 marked the beginning of formal higher education in India. These institutions were modeled on the British university system and were primarily focused on producing a clerical workforce to serve the colonial administration. The British introduced a system that was largest, elitist, with limited access to higher education for the masses. The focus was on producing graduates who could serve the colonial education for the masses. Government with little emphasis on research or the development of indigenous knowledge system. Despite these limitations, the establishment of universities laid the groundwork for the expansion of higher education in India. Post-independence, the need for a centralized regulatory body. After India gained independence in 1947, the new government faced the challenges of restructuring and expanding the higher education system to meet the needs of a sovereign democratic nation. There was a strong emphasis on creating an education system that could contribute to nation building, economic development, and social justice. To achieve these goals, it was essential to establish a regulatory body that could oversee the development of higher education in the country. In the early years of independence, India's higher education system was marked by significant disparities in the quality of education provided by different institutions. There was also a lack of coordination among universities, leading to inconsistencies in academic standard and curriculum. The government recognized the need for a centralized authority that could address these issues and ensure the development of a uniform and high quality higher education system across the country. Next is the establishment of University Grant Commission. The idea of establishing a central body to regulate higher education in India was proposed by the University Education Commission chaired by Dr. S. Radhakrishnan in 1948 to 49. The commission was tasked with examining the state of higher education in the country and making recommendations for its improvement. One of the key recommendations of the Commission was the establishment of a University Grant Commission to oversee the allocation of grants to universities and maintain standards of teaching, examinations, and the research. The University Grant Commission was initially established as an advisory board in 1952 to oversee the distribution of grants to universities in India. The UGC was modeled on the University Grant Committee to the United Kingdom, which was responsible for allocating funds to British universities. The Indian UGC was given the mandate to provide financial assistance to universities, promote and coordinate university education, and determine and maintain a standard of teaching, examination, and research in universities. In 1956, the UGC was formally established as a regulatory and statutory body under the University Grant Commission Act 1956. The act gave the UGC significant powers and responsibilities, including the authority to determine and maintain a standard of higher education, allocate grants to universities and colleges, and advise the central and the state government on matters related to higher education. The establishment of the UGC marked a significant milestone in the development of higher education in India, providing a centralized mechanism for regulating and promoting higher education across the country. Now, my next thing is UGC early role and contribution. In its early years, the UGC played a critical role in shaping the higher education landscape in India. One of its primary tasks was to address the disparities in the quality of education provided by different universities. The UGC undertook the task of standardizing curricula, syllabus, and examination system across universities to ensure uniformity in academic standard. It also initiated measures to promote research and improve the quality of teaching in universities. UGC also played a key role in the expansion of higher education in India. In the decades following independence, there was a significant increase in the demand for higher education, driven by a growing aspiration of the Indian population and the need for a skilled workforce to support the country's economic development. The UGC provided financial assistance to universities and the colleges to help them expand their infrastructure and increase their intake capability. This led to a rapid increase in the number of higher education institutions in the country, making higher education accessible to a large segment of the population. Contribution of the UGC was the promotion of research in Indian universities, recognizing the importance of research in the development of knowledge and innovation. The UGC established several schemes and programs to support research activities in universities. These included the provision of grants for research projects, the establishment of research center, and the introduction of fellowship for researchers. The UGC also promoted collaboration between Indian universities and international institutions to facilitate and exchange the knowledge and the expertise. Now, what are the challenges and the reformation for the UGC? We will discuss over it. While the UGC has made significant contribution to the development of the higher education in India, it has also faced several challenges over the years. One of the major challenges has been a growing demand for higher education, which has put pressure on the existing infrastructure and resources of universities as well as the colleges. The rapid expansion of higher education institutions has also raised concern about the quality of education, which many institutions struggling to maintain academic standard. Another challenge has been the changing landscape of higher education in India. With the emergence of private universities and the increasing importance of vocational and technical education, the UGC has had to adapt these changes and find ways to regulate and promote quality education in a more diverse and dynamic higher education system. In response to these changes, the UGC has initiated several reforms over the years. These include the introduction of accreditation and quality assurance mechanism to assess and improve the quality of education in universities and colleges. The UGC has also introduced new funding models to ensure that resources are allocated more efficiently and equitably across institutions. In recent years, there has been a growing emphasis on promoting innovation and entrepreneurship in higher education, with the UGC playing a key role in supporting these initiatives. In response to these challenges, the UGC has initiated several reforms over the years. These includes the introduction of accreditation and quality assurance mechanism to assess and improve the quality of education in universities and the colleges. The UGC has also introduced new funding models to ensuring that resources are allocated more efficiently and equitably across institutions. In recent years, there has been a growing emphasis on promoting innovation and entrepreneurship in higher education, with the UGC playing a key role in supporting these initiatives. My next point is UGC in contemporary context. Today, UGC continue to play a central role in shaping the higher education system in India. It is responsible for the regulation and promotion of more than 800 universities and over 40,000 colleges across the country. UGC mandate has expanded to include a wide range of activities from funding research projects and promoting international collaboration to set standards for online and distance education. The introduction of National Education Policy (NEP) 2020 has further highlighted the importance of UGC in the development of higher education in India. The NEP emphasizes the need for a more flexible, multidisciplinary approach to higher education, with a focus on research, innovation, and skill development. The UGC is expected to play a key role in implementing these reforms and ensuring that India's higher education system is aligned with global standards. The origin and the evolution of university India's higher education development, particularly the need for a centralized regulatory body, Grant Commission, reflect the broader trends into the oversee and promote higher education in a diverse and rapidly changing society. Established in response to the challenges of post-independence India, UGC has played a pivotal role in shaping the country's higher education system. Despite facing several challenges, UGC has continued to adapt and evolve, ensuring that India's higher education system remains robust, dynamic, and responsive to the needs of its people. As India continues to grow and develop, the role of UGC will remain critical in ensuring that higher education continues to contribute to the nation's social, economic, and political progress. This is all about UGC. Thank you so much.